I'm finding that as I gain experience with being a dog lover. I hate to call it dog owner because I don't own my dogs. I share the experience of raising dogs. I rescue dogs. I don't own them. They own me. They own my heart. Anyway, but I'm finding that when they do something like go get in the kitty litter, they're following their instincts. Doesn't make it okay, but it also is something that I don't need to holler at them and put them outside or punish them. I do punish them, but basically I'm learning that all I need to do is just stare her down and tell her in a very firm voice, don't eat the kitty litter. And then she knows. Dogs know your body language better than you'd ever think. They study you night and day. They think about you constantly. So you can communicate to your dog without being abusive. You can communicate to your dog what your wishes are. Like right now, they're picking on the kitty. And I'm going to talk to them about this without yelling at them. Sit. Are you picking on the kitty? No, just stare her down. No. And don't accept playfulness. And don't pet them, don't touch them. I put my hands at my side and I just stare them down. I tower over them and stare them down. And Kira knows. Kira's this one here. She knows. No, you go sit down. She just got into the kitty litter. And now she tried to pester the kitty, Mason. And he's being very graceful. No, it's okay if you sniff the kitty. But I love this, that I can learn how to raise dogs without making them feel bad. I'm not one of those people that doesn't want someone or something to feel bad. She did something wrong. She should feel very bad. But at the same time, she doesn't need to cower or be fearful of me. She needs to respect me, but not be fearful of me. You go sit down. Sit. Sit. It's definitely okay if she feels bad. In fact, I want her to know that that's not acceptable. Did you get into the kitty litter? Now, I'm talking to you guys on YouTube, so now she thinks everything's okay because I'm talking. But I'm going to just stand here and stare her down. And first, I'm going to express what I don't like. I don't like that you got into the kitty litter. No. Now, just stay silent and stare her down. Don't accept love. Don't show affection. Sit. Here, I'm still talking, so we got to try it. Try it again. I'm going to not talk this time. You stay out. Well, you means something fun. Who got into the kitty litter? No. No kitty litter. Breathe out through your nose at her. There, I got her into a state of total attention and totally being submissive and just laying down and not running around the house. And this is where I want her. I want her to not be fearful of me, She's trying to make amends by trying to make contact with my hand. She wants to be petted. She wants my approval. Your dog is the same way. Your dog looks up to you, thinks about you day and night, wants to be by your side, wants to please you, but they have instincts like smelling cat poo in the kitty litter box and eating it. And they don't think about if that disappoints you or not until you express that. And if you yell at them and have a lot of commotion or slap them on the behind, all they do is they think, oh, he's mad and he's taking it out on me. I wonder what he's mad about. In this case, I get her right after her behavior and have her sit here, and I use silence and breathing through my nose. And I'm finding that this is far more effective because she's not shivering, although they will shiver if they're really thinking about how much trouble they're in and they know you're not happy with them. It's a lot better to be not happy with them to be mad or angry at them. You might feel angry, but you want the dog to be getting the communication that you're not happy with them. That hurts more than anything. I shouldn't say hurts. That gets their attention and gets their behavior modified better than anything else. Anger won't get you anywhere with a dog. It really won't. It's a very bad. It's how you feel. So that's okay if you feel angry as a human, but it's a bad tool to use against a dog. It's ineffective. Instead, you gain their respect and you be the alpha by towering over them and not accepting loving. Although I'm accepting it now because we've had our time. She had her sitting time by the window, and she never sits there unless I'm either wanting her to dry her feet. This is where you want your dog. You want them to show you affection and respect at the same time. This is just my opinion. I am a very inexperienced person. I'm expressing how I'm dealing with dog behavior, and I want your comments to tell me what I'm doing wrong or right. Granted, it's just a glimpse, so how would you know, or how do I know what I'm doing? But I've had dogs long enough. Oh, look at the kisses. Yeah, good girl. Right after she ate kitty poo and she's licking my ear. I must love dogs. I really... Okay, so write in the comments below why I shouldn't do that. I already know that. But what I do want comments on is it effective to be the alpha with point, breathe through your nose, and don't take out your anger on them. Your anger is justified, but you don't want to use it in training your dog. It's taken me a lifetime to learn this, but I'm starting to feel like I'm starting to get it. And that's why I'm excited to share this with you guys. Because I feel like my dog shows me respect and modifies her behavior through my improvement on my behavior. Instead of getting angry and punishing or banishing, like going putting her outside or putting her in the kennel, all that does is teach her that I don't want her near me. Instead, I want her to learn I don't like her behavior. And I use my body to corner her, get her to sit, point at her, and say that I'm not happy with her right now. And I've got her full attention. She wants to know how to make this right. She wants to know what it's going to take to get me to soften up. And she knows I will. I actually soften up usually fairly quickly. And then I let her hang out with me on the couch again. But I want behavior to be correct in the house. This is how we have dogs in the house. We have certain behaviors like not running around chasing the cats, biting at the cats. I allow them to sniff and lick the cats, but they cannot chase the cats around the house. And definitely not allowed to have kitty litter. She's only done this 2 other times in her whole life, but that's because I don't set her up for failure. I keep that door shut most of the time. I'm starting to keep it open now that she's learning to live in the house with us, especially now that it's winter. And so I leave the door open, but I'm not setting her up for failure. I wait until she goes in there, and then I call her out on it before before I have to get angry, or before she makes a mess, or before she eats it all. She basically just barely gets in there, and I modify her behavior by calling her out on it. But you don't want to set up your dog for failure and leave like a kitty litter bucket out where they can always get at it, and then always be yelling at them because they're getting into the kitty litter. I mean, if someone left a box of Reese's Pieces out, I would eventually eat them. And I did. They were Karen's, and I got in trouble for it. She towered over me and pointed at me and breathed through her nose at me. And then I couldn't lick her ear. Well, anyway, folks, hopefully this helps give a little insight into dog rearing and dog behavior. I'm hoping that I'm on the right track, but there are many of you that, especially with blackmouth cur breed, that have a lot better intuition, a lot more experience. I want to know your comments. Make those below. Debate with each other, but do it respectfully. Be fair and listen to each other. We can all learn from each other. Thanks for watching Frosty Life.